Hi everybody, Jeff Kelly here. I decided to cut the cord with the cable company and go with the over-the-air antenna, and that turned out to be quite a process. I went through 4 different antennas, and I wanted to go over them with you to tell you the results that I got, and also uh, tell you which one I really think is the best one out of all of them. Um, to preface this, I have a Sony A90J television set, and in the living room, and then one in the bedroom, and then I have a Panasonic in the other bedroom. Um, I wanted to see which antennas work the best. It's a great TV. It's a good tuner. So let's see what I got. I first purchased this 5-star multi-directional BowTie antenna, which basically serves mostly UHF, but it did do fairly well on the VHF channels. I plugged it in. It's got a preamp, not built into it, but at the TV site, and it picked up 147 channels, which is pretty respectable. But some of the channels pixeled, and you got different quality at different times of the day. So I decided to upgrade, and the next antenna is the Channel Master. And this one is, as you can see, multi-directional antenna. It's a figure 8 configuration with a VHF bar on the top, which combines the signals, goes down the cable, and then it has a preamp that comes with it that plugs into the wall. This one out of the box got about 20 more stations than the 5-star antenna, and really worked pretty well. I was pretty impressed with it. Although I was trying to get this retro channel we have out here in the Los Angeles area, and it is number 63.3 on the TV, but it's actually a very low VHF channel, and it's channel 4 on the low VHF area. And I couldn't get that to save my life. So I decided to boost this amplifier and get one of these juicy amplifier that Channel Master also sells. So let's see that. So here's this juicy preamplifier, which boosted the signal quite a bit. I was pretty impressed with it. And I did get much less pixeling on that, but still couldn't get the retro channel, and at different times of the day I was getting some pixeling, so I decided to move up and test the Televes preamp. Now the Televes preamp really did a lot of good, because it is a self-regulating preamp. It adjusts by itself to the station that's coming in and gives you the amount of gain that is required to bring that station in. I was getting 30 dBs on the juicy preamp on stations like Me TV, or other ones in that general area, and I switched to the Televes preamp, and it went up to 37 to 40 um, on the gain, and the picture stopped pixeling and really did quite a good job. But I was still having trouble getting that low VHS, and then sometimes it was still pixeling, but not nearly as much. So this Televes preamp, if you're going to get a preamp, would be the way to go on that. So I finally decided to quit screwing around with these smaller antennas and get the Televes DAT-Boss mix antenna with a couple of low VHF reflectors. This is a Man-O-War antenna that is tuned to everything. It's called the repack antenna because they've gone from 56 different channels down to 36 different channels, and there's hardly any low UHF channels anymore, but the ones that are still there, this channel can pick up. I do get that retro channel on channel 4, and it is not only, you know, coming in, but it is coming in at a signal strength of about 60, and I couldn't be happier than that for that reason. And also channel 39, which is actually channel 2, is coming in beautifully, low VHF. The high VHFs are coming in fantastic. They've got these large reflectors for the VHF channels. You know, they're 4 different reflectors that are picking up the VHF, and it's doing a great job. And then they've got this huge 3-prong boom for the UHF channels and 2 big reflectors for that. So this one is the antenna of choice. As I say, I'm 32 miles from Mount Wilson, and this one picks them all up, and there's no pixeling, and they've got strong signals on all of them. So if you were going to buy one antenna, this one's the way to go. It's only $200. I mean, you're talking about $130 to $200 on any of these things, and this one would be the way to go. So as I said, I've got 3 TVs, so I decided to dedicate the big antenna, which I just talked about, the 148383 from Televes, to the front living room TV, and I wanted to get a dedicated antenna for the bedroom TV, and so I went with the 148281 because it has a low VHF loop on the back, although it only has the one, and that did not pick up the retro channel, but it did pick up the channel 2 very well, and it picks up the high VHF channels beautifully. It's got 2 large reflectors for the high VHF channels, and it picks up the UHF channels perfectly. So I added that to my poll for that one TV. So I would, highly recommend this channel, or this antenna as well. But if you had to choose, I would get the 1483. Both of these Televes antennas come with preamps in the antenna with the chip that regulates the amount of gain that each channel would require, and it's at the antenna, so all the signal is getting forced into that chip, and then it goes down to the TV. So you're not losing anything like on the figure 8 antenna or the 5-star antenna. Adding those preamps, you're losing that distance from the antenna down to the preamp. So these are optimizing whatever you need to have an outdoor over-the-air antenna. So as you can see, I used all 3 antennas here. The Televes 148383 on top, the big one, that gets 190 channels of reception. The one underneath it, the Televes 148281, gets 157 or 160 channels depending. And then the Channel Master figure 8 antenna, that gets about 147 channels. Without the other antennas on there, that one was getting about 160 channels, but for some reason it's getting 147 now, but that's okay. I don't need all of them. It's having some trouble getting in the MeTV HD channel and the Decades HD channel, but it's picking up the standard definition channels just fine. So that's okay. But nevertheless, that was the ride I took getting this antenna, over-the-air antenna situation figured out. I hope I did the legwork for some of you so you won't have to go through what I did. And I just hope that you get some good results out of that Televes antenna. As I say, I would recommend getting the big one, putting it on a 10-foot pole, and the part number is 148383. Thanks again.